Long-term breakups are always hard, and sometimes you can never really get over it. And I'm sure Kane still feels very deeply about doubtful. After getting three-pieced in the Super Cup, he said what's up in his first official start with a G and an assist. Some are already saying that he's already a better upgrade than but the real test will be the Champions League, which is why he was brought in the first place. On the other end, Dortmund finally figured out how to put the ball, in the net, thanks to the dollar store R9 wannabe. Shame they couldn't actually do it on the last day of the season when it should have really mattered. Oh, but I'm sure Leipzig, who beat Bayern in the Super Cup final, got off to a great start. I dare Kane to end up trophyless with Bayern this season.
All we want is Caicedo.
And the Serie A started again with Napoli looking to defend their historic title. Well, dude that looks like a mafia boss mainly got a W this summer. He lost Kane, but he kept two of his other star players. And Osimhen picked up where he left off, dropping 2 Gs against the Italian Frozen. And the UCL finalists also got off to a winning start, with good Lautaro showing up, dropping a 2-piece. Why didn't this version show up against Baldy? And as for...
None of my friends speak. We all trying to win, but then again, maybe it's for the best.
Look, as long as he's never back at Chelsea, I am Gucci. Over in Spain, I know it's only 2 games, but the kid is living up to the pressure. He's already dropped 3 Gs in these 2 games and looks to already be fitting into life at Madrid. On the other end, yes, Barcelona got the W with the Gundogan dropping a contender for assist of the season. But what are we saying about Lewandowski? They say he's gone from the Polish nuke to the Polish Zimmer frame. Dude takes an empire's reign to make one simple turn. This has to be expected. It was not a matter of if, but when Lewandowski's age would finally begin to show. Looks like our friend Hoke can't come in fast enough. Also, this is a very iconic celebration, and it's reserved for players to remind guys that they are him. So, as football fans, do we all agree that he deserves to do the same celebration? But if we say anything negative, they'll say we are anti-mental health. So Ferran, please, do you.
All we want is Caicedo.
In the Premier League, it was a massive clash between Man United and Tottenham. And with United getting that dubious W over Wolves after the payment went through, and the assumption Spurs will struggle without Kane, you'd think a United dub would suffice. Well, a dub did happen, or rather was shed. 1 dub, to me, half hope, with the greatest English talent since Joe Cole dropping another disaster class. Is it dud that Mount allowed a goalkeeper to complete more passes than him? The other dub was for Spurs, who pimped United, footballing-wise, with Bissouma being the star of the show and trending on social media alongside... You do the math. I called him Angie Martinez out of disrespect, due to him never managing at this level. But I have no issue to be proven wrong, and if he keeps this up, he will be upgraded to the glue. There is always life after every superstar, no matter how great, and I am happy to see Spurs have already moved on. As for United, only 2 games in, but questions are already being raised about Ten Hag. Yes, he got third last season. But how do you drop 60 million on and then have the audacity to present this as a midfield? Casemiro had Cruz at Madrid, and it is obvious he cannot play a single pivot. And both Mount and Bruno are too similar in their games for this midfield combo to actually work. Should Ten Hag really face prison time for turning this man into this? And will he really solve things? Maybe Rasmus coming back and Rashford going back to his preferred flank position will help. But it looks like there are deeper tactical problems for the Hag. 2 out of 2 for City, and this is what winners do. While fans were trying to tell the treble-winning Baldy how to do his job, a World Cup winner decided the game and showed why they're still the team to beat. But will Alvarez get enough game time this season? Especially if Haaland continues to G up. One of the best players at the World Cup cannot, I repeat, cannot be benched. Newcastle, they'll be fine, as they overachieved last year. They have a Champions League to look forward to, and it's just about building. As long as they can build around one of the most impressive strikers out there now, they'll be ones to watch. Last week he was pissed, but a lot can change in 1 week. Liverpool got back to winning ways, and it's always nice when all 3 attackers drop a piece. The only blemish was the Max red card, which is a very harsh call. Liverpool are going to appeal, and I dare that bum FA to uphold the dumb decision. People are looking at this man for betting irregularities, but maybe the refs need to also be questioned. Everyone knows Liverpool can score, but the question remains, can they defend? Can they keep clean sheets? Because I believe that is going to determine the kind of season they will have. Okay, look. West Ham away ain't for everyone. Arsenal lost here last season when they all thought they'd win the league. So there shouldn't be too much shame. Not if you've spent the amount of a country's GDP. When Chukwuemeka scored, it looked so different. The story was going to be how Chelsea turned the game around and Portugal was finally up and running. Redeem season is here. Then when this happened, it all began to go downhill. Because who came to replace this young rising star for Chelsea? 2 things. I want that number 10 jersey taken off of him, and I want my money back. The receipt is still valid. Sure, donation should be given more time to at least try and show himself. But I already wasn't sold on his highlights. If your YouTube comps can't impress me, what chance do you have? And it's got better. Our biggest signing last season missed the penalty, and our biggest signing this season gave away a penalty.
All we want is Caicedo.
The more and more time goes by, this might actually have been the worst thing to happen to Chelsea. And over in France, Mbappe finally returned back to the squad after agreeing to give his life to PSG. As for the dudes in Paris, talk to me. So last week, check out these stats. And this week, against a team who are telling you they are here to lose, similar stats, similar results. Possession is all well and good, but the name of the game is not keep ball, it's goals. And I'm not sure if possession alone can win you a UCL. But wait, before we get there, I know it's still early days, but check this out. Yeah. In Australia, where they murdered a lot of the native Aborigines, the Women's World Cup final was held. England were ranked higher, the European champions, and they were the favourites. But in the biggest game, they decided to drop a disaster class. Side note, Lauren James is a baller. Spain deservedly won, but that was not the real story. Do we need to induct the Spanish FA or put them under review? And she said afterward, she didn't appreciate the gesture. Finally, in America, the Disney tale continues as Messi's impact on the markets continues to grow and grow. A signature goal and an exciting penalty shootout ended with Inter Miami winning their first ever trophy against Kenny Rogers FC. Also as well, a nice gesture by Messi giving the captain's armband to Yedlin, who was the original captain. As I look at how much fun Messi's having adopting the American League, producing highlights each game, I just wonder what Cristiano Ronaldo could have done if he moved here.